All right, welcome to the Video Guys Live show. Today's show is going to be on the Atomos 10th anniversary product roundup and promotions. A lot of good stuff going on from our friends over at Atomos. Atomos is the world leader in field monitor recorders. We can't wait to tell you about all that good stuff coming up on today's show. So for the pre-show, we'll go over some specific promotions that Atomos is running. And we're doing it in the pre-show because we don't know if we'll probably be cutting these promotions out of the actual show when we post it up to YouTube or Facebook because they're for a very limited time and for limited availability. Without further ado, let's go over these promotions. The first promotion, the Atomos Ninja V or Ninja 5 special offer. It's now $499. That makes the Ninja 5 under $500, folks. This is incredible. This is a phenomenal deal. That this product is under $500 is ridiculous. At $695 was the best-selling product we had. At $499, it's just a must-have product. And we're just real excited about that. That's the Ninja 5, Ninja V special offer, $499. But wait, it gets better. How does it get better? Because we have the Pro AV kit. The Pro kit includes the AtomX SDI module. So for $100 more, for $599, your Ninja V is now an SDI in and out product. Now, I want to give one word of caution with this. This AtomX SDI converter makes it an SDI device. It does not convert from HDMI to SDI or vice versa. But once again, if you have HDMI, take the AtomX off. If you want to use SDI, put it on. Great product at a $599 deal. Also, the Atomos Shogun 7 special is continuing. You get a free gift. Your free gift could be your choice of either a Angelbird AtomX SSD 500 gigabyte and a Sun Hood, or the Shinobi SDI 5-inch HDR monitor alone. So the Shogun 7 is a great product. It is on sale, and you can get a free gift when you order it. Next, on the pre-show, I want to talk a little bit about how we're producing today's show. Today's show is being brought to you remotely by Rendezvous and Wirecast. Once again, I'm in Mineola. Adam is in Farmingdale running the show. And our PowerPoint is being brought into Wirecast via Microsoft Teams this time. In the past, we've used Zoom, but this time we want to use Microsoft Teams. Why? Because we think it's important to show that all the different conferencing softwares work. And over at our offices here, we're standardizing on using Teams throughout our internal office communications. Now, we still use Zoom a ton, especially when we're going to the outside world. But for internal communications, we use Teams. So we wanted to show that we could do this with Teams or Zoom. And once again, we're using Wirecast Rendezvous. Our hope is that either the next show or the show after that will be back in the studio. We are hoping to get our production team in some form coming back to work to do the shows out of the studio. We're not sure how we're going to do that yet, but that is the goal. So I'm looking at the clock, Adam. We got a couple of minutes left. So I just want to see if I could do, I'm not going to mess with it. I was going to see if I could take it off the show, but the slideshow and show you on the screen. But you're not having your camera on, so that's okay. I'm going to take it off of you. And now it's back on to the show. All right, cool. So Adam, you know what? It's a minute or two early, but I'm okay with that. You can roll the bump. We can start the show. I'm hearing a lot of noise from you, Adam. All right, welcome to Video Guys Live. You give us 15, 20 minutes, Tuesdays at 3 p.m. We're going to teach you about the products we sell, technologies, what's new and exciting in our industry. Today's show is all about the Atomos 10th anniversary product roundup and some really great special promotions that they're doing for a limited time as well. So Atomos 10th anniversary product lineup. Atomos is the leader in field monitors recorders. Field monitors recorders are devices that you can put on your screen, on your camera. You mount them on your camera, and they allow you to see what you're doing, and also they allow you to use an SSD to record. So the back of these units have SSDs and a battery pack that goes in them. And here are the units. And just so we can see them side by side, so you really get the feel of the scale. This is the Ninja V. That's the one that's the 5-inch monitor. This is the Shogun 7. It is the 7-inch monitor. I'm going to put them on top of each other so you can see, the difference of the size. Why should you pick one over the other? Well, it's simple. You should fit the one that best meets and fits with your rig and the kind of gear you're doing. If you're shooting with a small DSLR, as many of us are, this puppy's the right one to pick. If you've got a bigger rig, well, use the inches, use the real estate, and get an even better picture. So just a little bit on that. I'll pick these up again during the show, Adam, but I just want to show people what we're going to be talking about today. And let's jump to the presentation. Let's bring that back up. All right. If you're going to talk about Atomos, you got to talk about their charismatic leader, founder, Jeremy Young. The guy is amazing from an engineer, product manager guy in developing these products. He is the visionary behind this whole category and behind what Atomos has done. And one of the things that's happened with these current products is they support HDR, high dynamic range video. So that's an improved color space that, quite frankly, between you and I think people think that HD video with HDR looks better than 4K video without it. And when you put 4K video with HDR together, well, that's turning everything up to 11. So let's hear what Jeremy has to say about that and roll this first video.
Give you enhanced color, precision processing of brightness, and we allow you to see the shot better. That's the first thing. The second thing we do is to enable that, we capture raw and the highest quality pixels from the sensor of the camera.
Not coming through my thing, right?
An HDMI cable or an SDI cable in some cameras cases, and we preserve the quality of that image, and we package it up into computer-friendly formats that maintain really high data rate and quality. And we use Apple and Adobe's Hollywood formats that are built for processing really high quality in computers, and we record it to hard disks.
All right, so the first product we're going to talk about today is this little puppy right here, the Ninja V or the Ninja 5. I love this product. It is a 4K P60 field recorder. It does 12 gigabytes per second HDMI 2.0. You get HDP 240 frame rate. It's got pre-roll, time code, a trigger. This unit is a phenomenal unit. It supports Apple ProRes, including ProRes RAW and Avid DNX. And it is a phenomenal on-camera field monitor. You see a picture there with a DSLR. We recommend it with any small camera. If you're going to be shooting outside, folks, the high nit screen of this lets you really see just how great. With 1,000 nits, you can see just your image in its full brightness, its full color, and then you can record the RAW. It's just a tremendous, tremendous product. So before we get into, let me tell you a little bit about the pricing on the product. Right now, we're running a special order on the Ninja, a special offer on the Ninjas where it's $499. That's right, under $500 for the Ninja 5. That's an incredible deal, folks. Another $100 and you can get the unit with the SDI module. Just fantastic deals from the folks at Atomos. Well done. And now let's talk about the next family of products. The Shinobis. The Shinobis are 5-inch field monitors that are not recorders. There's two flavors of the Shinobi. There's the HDMI for $299 or the SDI for $429. Those are both in stock as well. All right, now let's talk about the big kahuna, the 7-inch model right here, the Shogun 7-inch HDR Pro Video Cinema Monitor. This is a great product, folks. Atomos used to have a lineup of Infernos and Flames. It's all been now centralized into this Shogun 7 with a killer price of $1299. Real-time 4K, ProRes RAW, ProRes, HD, every format known to man, Dolby Vision HDR, Atom HDR backlit, touchscreen interface. This is a phenomenal product, folks. And if you're a professional, you want to do real high-level cinematography, you got yourself a rig, this is the puppy you want to mount on it. It does a great job. High nits, 7-inch. The folks at Atomos simply make the best field monitor recorders in the world. And this puppy, the latest one, the Shogun 7, sets the bar even higher. Now, the folks at Atomos are doing a special promotion with the Shogun 7 where you can get a free gift. That free gift is fulfilled directly by Atomos. They send it to you after you register the product, and you get your choice of an AtomX SSD 500 gigabyte and a Sunhood, or you can get a Shinobi 5-inch HDR monitor. That's your choice. Is a cool little promotion that they're running currently on the Shogun 7. All right, I've talked about this a little bit earlier in the show, but I really want to talk about what this is. And this is the ProRes RAW. And what has happened just, this past week is Panasonic has announced released firmware so that the Lumix 51H now supports ProRes RAW 12-bit RAW footage. And there are people shooting professional shows with it. This is just one of many products that support ProRes RAW, and we're going to go into that a little later. But the ProRes RAW workflow lets you capture video right directly from the sensor in all its glory without the compression that would normally be done when it goes to the memory cards that are inside the unit. So just love this ProRes RAW technology. It's getting adopted by more and more companies, more and more camera companies and other companies, and it's just a very cool feature that we're going to talk a little bit more about that. Here is our list, the big list, the Video Guys big list of 4K HDR cameras that support ProRes RAW. So if we could bring that up full screen, Adam. We've got the Panasonic Lumix S1H, the EVA1, the VariCam 35, the VariCam LT. From Nikon, they have the Z6 and the Z7. Sony's got the FS5s, the FS7s, and the FS700s. And Canon's got the C300 Mark II and the C500, C700. Now, there's more. And if you're watching, we shot this show today. It's the end of April. If you watch this show in May or June, there'll probably be more. As a lot of you know, there wasn't an NAB show this year. So we were fully expecting a lot of camera companies to be announcing ProRes RAW support. We were also expecting other companies to be announcing ProRes RAW support. So keep posted on that. And the most exciting ProRes RAW story we have is that Adobe has announced that ProRes RAW will now be supported on Adobe Premiere. But what makes this really super exciting is that's on Mac and PC. So now Windows people will finally be able to edit ProRes RAW in all its glory in Adobe Premiere. So great job, Atomos. Great job, Adobe. Great job, Apple, getting together, making this a reality. And to learn a little bit more about ProRes RAW, do we have a video on ProRes RAW? No, we don't. Okay, we're going to go to another product. I'm sorry about that. Switching gears. The Atomos Sumo is a 19-inch monitor. It's not a field monitor, but it is a monitor recorder intended for studio or for DITs to use. It's $24.95. It's available with SDI and HDMI. It includes switching capabilities. It records in ProRes RAW. There's another version, the M, that does not have the recording, but we want to concentrate on the one with the recording. And I want to talk about how we use it in our studio. That's right. We use this product in our studio when we shoot our shows. Now, I'm in my desk right now, not the studio, so I apologize for that. But when we're in the studio, I use a Sumo, which I look into as my reference model when we're shooting the show. But more importantly, we record the show directly to ProRes using the Sumo. So the output of our TriCaster goes into that, and that allows the guys to take it right back into their Adobe and Avid workstations and start editing immediately as soon as they copy the file. So that's a cool little cool little professional workflow that we use over when we produce our shows at Video Guys. Now, one of the cool new features that Atomos recently announced with their 10.4 firmware, and this is for all the products you're seeing on our show, is they now support live switching. So the Shogun 7 and the Sumo 19 monitors can now do live quad switching. It gives you a quad view where you can pick whichever one you want, and they can also record all 4 ISO streams and the output, the main video output. So to go a little bit more into that switching, let's shoot you another video with the enigmatic, charismatic, one-of-a-kind Jeremy Young.
I want to go to this angle next. You can see it's green. This one's still recording. That's queuing the next one. Once I tap once, I'm ready to go. And then I can now go, okay, I'm queuing over to number 2. And then what will happen is I will then cruise to the next one knowing that they're going to change. And I can see if they do something on the fly that I can adjust the camera and know which camera is there. But I'm recording those changes. If I want to go into the original, so I'm going to hit stop there. If I want to go into the original the single setups here, then I just go into each monitor. Monitor 1, monitor 2, and you can see I've got my waveform there. Monitor 3 and monitor 4.
All right, so there was a little bit from Jeremy. Now, the folks at Atomos just recently published a really good white paper that's on live switching with the Shogun 7 for houses of worship. Now, this is a great little video. It's a complete white paper. They used FS700 cameras in the Shogun 7. It's a whole case study that I think is really cool. That's up on our website and on the Atomos website as well. And it really explains how you can use this product for basic switching in a house of worship. Now, with the need for streaming and live video production in an event world where we are right now. This is a really cool thing. And I want to go into a bundle that we've put together to kind of take the Shogun 7 for live switching to a whole nother level. And that's the Shogun 7 with the Live View Solo. You know, we love the Live View Solo. It's a great encoder. And with the cellular modems, it allows you to stream from anywhere because you get to bring your bandwidth with you. Well, now you can hook up a Shogun on your camera or a Shogun in front of you, a Live View Solo, the output of the Shogun into the Live View Solo, and you can stream live, which means you can do remote switching, live remote switching, basic 4-camera switching with just these two products together. You bring all 4 cameras into the Shogun. You have the output of the Shogun go into the Live View Solo, and the Live View Solo goes up to the LRT cloud, uses the cellular bonding and the encoding, and then it allows you to go straight to Facebook or YouTube or any other RTMP that your heart desires. Now, we are going to have special bundle pricing available soon on that. We don't have it finalized yet, so this is a little bit of a teaser, and we'll probably be doing a show dedicated to this incredible bundle. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention. One of the things that Atomos has done that is also very exciting is while the world's kind of on hiatus and people aren't shooting, Atomos has gotten together with some of their influencers, power users, cinematographers, DPs, video shooters who really love this product. And they put a bunch of videos now on something called Atomos Academy. Atomos Academy features videos, articles, resources from creators around the world to let you see all these cool things that you can do with your Atomos field recorder. So I want to it's a great resource for anyone thinking about or who already has an Atomos field recorder, but it's also a good place to learn about them and how they work. So let's roll a video that was put together that I like a lot about how they were using action sports, for with the workflow of an Atomos recorder. Let's roll that video.
So behind the lens, it started with making action sports content and then transitioned into doing client work for big name brands all across the US. Typically, I'm either out in the woods filming action sports content or working in a studio, working on commercial work. We mix in a lot of stuff with drones, a lot of stuff with gimbals. So all that being said, what I need out of my camera packages can be very diverse and is always constantly changing for what gear I'm bringing on different shoots. So that's why the Atomos ecosystem is really great. Everything has synergy across the board, and whether I'm working on a 19-inch monitor, the 7-inch monitor, or down to the 5-inch monitors, I know that my images and what I'm producing for my client is going to be consistent all around.
I want to go to this angle next. You can see it's green. This one's still recording. That's queuing the next one. Once I tap once, I'm ready to go. And then I can now go, okay, I'm queuing over to number 2. And then what will happen is I will then cruise to the next one, knowing that...
We'll cut that down. All right, and we're back. Good, cool little videos. Once again, today's show all about the Atomos field recorders. If you look over there behind me, you can see the box for the Ninja and the box for the Shogun. I love these products. 5-inch, 7-inch. Get the one that best fits your budget, that best fits, your camera, your camcorder that you want to mount it on. Really love these products. Folks, Atomos is the leader in field monitors, recorders, 4K, HDR workflows, ProRes RAW workflows. Atomos is setting and leading the way in the industry. Kudos to Atomos. Kudos to Jeremy Young. Kudos to everyone involved for just making the best products around. And as we showed you earlier in the show, right now there are some promotions running that expire while supplies last or shortly, but very cool promos as well. And now's that part of the show where we talk about what's coming up in the next couple of shows. So if we can bring that slide up. All right, next week we hope to do 4K, NDI 4K workflows and new products. Big news at NAB. Well, there wasn't an NAB, but the virtual NAB, but would have been an NAB, is some hot new products from NewTek, from Bird Dog, from Panasonic, from PTZ Optics, and we're going to go into those 4K workflows, 4K products on next week's show. Might get a special guest in here if we can get back into the studio. If we can't get back into the studio, we're not going to do that, but we'll see what happens. And the following week, I know we've been promising this to you guys, the PTZ camera roundup. I've really been waiting to be back in the studio to be able to do that because we want to hook these cameras up to a PTZ controller and be able to show you, how they work and what they can do and all that good stuff. So that's the couple of shows coming up. So I want to thank you for tuning into that. And if we can bring up the next slide, Gary, because I'm working it. I thank everyone for watching today's show on the Atomos 10th Anniversary Product Roundup. For 10 years, Atomos has been the leader in field monitor recording. And I think after this show, you'll understand a little bit better why. The Ninjas are the 5-inch field monitor recorders. The Shinobi is the 5-inch monitor only. The Shogun 7 is their 7-inch model, field model recorder that replaces their entire 7-inch line. And then they have the Sumo 19, which is the top of the line. It's a monitor recorder, not exactly a field monitor recorder, but a great product. So I want to thank you for watching today's show. This is Gary from Video Guys. Please like us on Facebook, YouTube Live, show the love. Let us know. We welcome your comments. We welcome your feedback. We welcome anything you can tell us about these products. We're here to answer your questions about them. And by all means, feel free to take advantage of the promotions that are currently running. This is Gary from Video Guys. Peace.
Video Guys is available Monday through Friday. Give us a call at 1-800-323-2325. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram to stay connected with all of our updates. And you can like us on Facebook. Keep an eye out for our live videos, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.